Hello there, my name is James Harrington, and if Spanish football is for you, then this is the place to be. Today we'll be previewing matchday 38 in La Liga, the final day of the season. But before we do, let's look at the league table as it stands. Let's look at the La Liga table going into the final matchday. Currently, Atletico Madrid sit top of the table on 83 points, but Real Madrid are breathing down their necks in second on 81 points. Barcelona's defeat to Celta Vigo ruled them out of the title race. A poor run of form in the last three matches have really cost the Catalan side. Still all up for grabs in the qualification for the Europa League, with Real Sociedad, Real Betis and Villarreal only 1 point dividing those clubs. Then in the bottom half of the table, a 4-2 win for Alaves v Granada and a 2-1 win for Getafe v Levante means that they are safe until next season. Eibar's relegation has now been confirmed after defeat to Valencia. But Huesca, Elche and Valladolid still have a chance of securing their safety this weekend. So instead of my normal format where I do a recap and a preview, I thought why not let's do it all together, because then that will paint the picture of what will be a dramatic final day of the season. So the first question we need to ask ourselves this weekend is who is going to win the La Liga title? And it's between two. It's between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Now before we delve into the preview for this weekend's fixtures, let's just go back a bit to matchday 37 and paint a bit of a picture. Now, Atletico Madrid were hosting Osasuna at the Wanda Metropolitano, whereas Real Madrid were travelling away to Athletic Club, who are somewhat of a bogey team for the top four sides. On the weekend, all the matches were taking place at the same time. So across the table, as the scorelines were changing, as the positions were moving, the drama was continually unfolding. Yet, however, for Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, they went into their matches at half-time level. Now that's not through want of trying. Atletico Madrid were dominant in possession, dominating the shots well, that really can't be said for Real Madrid, but it was all level at the break. But in the second half, this is where it all changed for those two teams. Real Madrid took the lead in their match in the 68th minute thanks to a Nacho Fernandez goal, a goal that he seemed to know very little about. Casemiro fizzed the ball across the box, Benzema jumped out of the way and the ball came off his shin and in. News was reverberating back to the Wanda Metropolitano about the fact the scoreline has changed and meant that the Liga title was in Real Madrid's favour. Things then got worse for Los Rojiblancos when Budimir in the 75th minute gave Osasuna the lead in what was their first shot of the match. Panic begins to set in. You start to think as an Atletico Madrid fan, this isn't going to be our year. Real Madrid will win the title. However, in the 82nd minute, after a lovely through ball from João Felix, Renan Lodi smashes the ball into the roof of the net to make it 1-1. There's hope. They go and search for the winner. And then it comes in the 88th minute after Yannick Carrasco assists to Luis Suarez, who rifles the ball home. Elation is felt across the Wanda Metropolitano. Players bundle one another, coaches on the sidelines jumping up and down, and the fans that congregated outside the stadium letting off a roar of delight. That meant with that victory, it's still all in Atletico Madrid's hands going into this weekend's fixtures. And you need to reflect on the second goal by Atletico Madrid and two players in particular. Yannick Carrasco, I've talked about before and at length about how great he's been this season, and there's something in the analysis made that he is such a different player that left Atletico Madrid to China and then came back to the club. He's so much more decisive, so much more menacing, and he's risen to the occasion a number of times this season. And then you go to Luis Suarez. Now Diego Simeone before the game said we've now entered the Suarez zone. And what he means by that is that Luis Suarez is a player who has the know-how, who has the attributes, has the leadership qualities and the experience to get Atletico Madrid over the line. And in light of that goal, you just have to agree with him. Suarez hadn't scored in 5 matches, yet he had the belief, he had the determination that if they got him the ball, he will put it into the back of the net and Atletico Madrid will be victorious. So enough about what happened last weekend, let's talk about what's going to happen this weekend. Atletico Madrid travel to Real Valladolid, whereas Real Madrid host Villarreal. Both matches taking place at 5 PM UK time, so another dramatic weekend of following the football. If Atletico Madrid are to win the title this weekend, it's only the second time in the past 17 seasons where a team other than Barcelona and Real Madrid win the La Liga crown. And the last time that happened was when Atletico Madrid won the title back in 2013, 2014, only the 10th time they've won the competition. And again, that went down to the final day. Atletico Madrid need to beat Real Valladolid, because if they draw and Real Madrid win, that means both teams are level on points. And in La Liga, it then goes down to the head-to-head record. And because Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid 2-0 back in December, the title would be theirs. So, Atletico Madrid's opposition, Real Valladolid. Now, Atletico Madrid will be liking their chances against Real Valladolid because, frankly, and I don't feel this is me being too harsh, Real Valladolid have been pants this season. They've just been awful at times to watch, really hard on the eyes, and clearly have nothing to offer. You'd be thinking that this is an easy win game for Atletico Madrid. However, football's not always that easy. Real Valladolid are playing at home on the final day of the season, fighting for their La Liga survival. An upset could be on the cards. Now, as I say that, I don't believe Real Valladolid have the fire in their belly to really put up a fight against Atletico Madrid. Last weekend, after the first half against Real Sociedad, admittedly they were away, they were 4-0 down. They're clearly not a side brimming with confidence. When you look at Real Valladolid, you can't really identify any real strengths. You can't really identify a philosophy. You don't know their style of play. This is a side that haven't won a game since March, being either defeated or drawn in 11 matches. That isn't form to say this side is going to stay up. So I think in light of that, in light of the fact it's one more match, 90 minutes to go, in light of this notion of the Suarez zone, the mere fact that Atletico Madrid have been just slowly chipping away at the title this season, making sure that destiny is in their own hands, I think Atletico Madrid are going to win it. I genuinely believe, and I accept that in recent weeks I haven't countenanced the fact that Atletico Madrid would win. I thought at one point it was going to be Barcelona. They capitulated, losing 2-1 in the weekend to Celta Vigo. Another time I thought it was Real Madrid, but then draws meant that they couldn't capitalise on the moments they needed to. I firmly believe with the quality that Atletico Madrid have, with the desire that they have, they will beat Real Valladolid and get the victory they need to secure the Liga crown. Look, I've accepted, I've put my flags to the mast, and I've gone Atletico Madrid are going to win. But I have to still talk about Real Madrid and their match against Villarreal. Now there's another sub-question here you need to address when looking at this game. It's who's going to qualify for the Europa League and the European Conference League, because this is a race that Villarreal are still firmly in. Now you might be wondering, what is this European Conference League? Well, it seems to be another reincarnation of what was the Intertoto Cup. And what happens is teams that win domestic competitions will qualify for the Europa League, and those teams that finish a certain league position or win a domestic competition in low-ranked leagues will qualify for the European Conference League. Now this is between, at the moment, Real Sociedad in 5th, Real Betis in 6th and Villarreal in 7th. Only 1 point divides these teams. 5th and 6th will qualify for the Europa League and 7th will qualify for the European Conference League. So European football is at stake in this match. However, what you need to bear in mind with Villarreal is that only 4 days later they have to play Manchester United in the Europa League final. And if they are to win that match, the reward is they qualify for the group stage of the Champions League next season. And that's ultimately been Unai Emery's objective since coming in at the Ceramica. Villarreal want to be playing Champions League football. However, it doesn't seem it's going to be via the top 4 pathway. It may be by winning the Europa League. Unai Emery, by his own admission, has said in the build-up to this game against Real Madrid that his side will obviously honour their commitment, play Real Madrid in La Liga, but they'll have one eye on the game against Manchester United. What that means is you'll probably see a number of players rested, with them having to play the Red Devils only a few days later. Villarreal have got some good form of late. On the weekend, they beat Sevilla 4-0. But again, if I'm being frank, Sevilla don't have a lot to play for at the moment, having secured Champions League football next season. So maybe let's not read too much into that result. But swinging it back to Real Madrid, I have no doubt Real Madrid are going to win this match. They're going to do everything in their power to give themselves the best chance of winning La Liga. They're undefeated since the end of January, got the best away record in the league. However, draws against Getafe, Betis and Sevilla will cost them. And come Saturday evening, I firmly believe that Madrid will be red. The next question to ask is, who's going to be relegated from La Liga? Now, unfortunately, Eibar have already been confirmed to be going down to Segunda Division, which is really heartbreaking because there's been a real fairy tale story around Eibar. And actually there had been a very slim slither of hope with their recent upturn in form they could pull off the miracle of all miracles. But the side in La Liga who have the smallest budget, a tiny stadium and only hail from a place that has 27,000 people, they've done themselves proud. They've managed to play against Spain's best and at times even beating them. So it's really sad to see Mendilibar and his men leave La Liga. Alaves and Getafe, with victories last weekend, meant that they've secured the La Liga status for another year. That leaves 3 teams left fighting it out for survival, and that's between Huesca, Elche and Real Valladolid. So, Huesca, they play Valencia, Elche play Athletic Club, and Valladolid play Atletico Madrid. Now, who are these 3 teams that I think are going to stay up? For me, the answer is simple. Huesca. I firmly believe that of all of these teams, Huesca are most up for the fight. Huesca have had some good results recently. They got victories against Real Sociedad and Athletic Club. Admittedly, last weekend they lost to Real Betis, but it was only a penalty, giving them a chance to fight for survival. Remember, this is a team that were at the foot of the La Liga table for most of the season, who are now the favourites to stay up. They are playing Valencia, who are coming to this match off the back of a 4-1 victory against Eibar. But in that match, I think it's fair to say they had the new manager bounce, with Voro coming in for Javi Gracia, and the fact they had fans back in the stadium at Mestalla helped them out a lot. Valencia have blown hot and cold all season. As well, when I look at the managers, who's going to inspire that dressing room? Who's going to rally the troops? I look at Sergio at Valladolid, and it's a firm no for me. Then you've got Fran Escriba at Elche. Now, they did win against Cadiz last weekend, 3-1. But again, Cadiz are a side that don't have a lot to play for, so there's a maybe there. But when I listen to Pochettino, when I see him on the sidelines, his energy, his enthusiasm, I firmly believe he will rally those troops and they will go to the ends of the earth and they will get that victory they need. As well, what will be really nice for Pochettino, he'll feel a sense of vindication. He got Elche promoted last season. They sacked him, they went in a whole different direction, and now he's come back to haunt them with Huesca. And if he does get them to safety, that would be an incredible job. So that's why I'm going to say, I think this season, Huesca going to stay up and Valladolid and Elche are going to unfortunately be relegated. So let's end on some positive news and say congratulations to Espanyol and Mallorca. Both teams have been promoted from the Segunda Division and are back in Spanish top flight football after a 1-year absence. I'm really looking forward to seeing those 2 teams next year, so congratulations to both of them. That brings an end to my matchday previews for the 2020-2021 season. I do hope you enjoyed them. Don't worry, however, I will still keep bringing you content until the new season begins. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and why not give it a thumbs up? It's all appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.